guys. Oh man, can't believe it's already this time, man. As you can see, guys, I am live outside of First Energy Stadium. No, I'm capping. Like the picture I use though. I guess you could say it's the sun setting on another Brown season. Figured it's a, nice picture to use for the situation. But what is going on, everybody? Another Brown season is officially in the books. Actually, it's sad. What's up, Jacob? Yeah, GG's, man. I know some Steeler fans probably think I'm salty because of me sort of going after the officiating, but yeah, I think it was somewhat justified. Yeah, big time. So what's going to go down in this live stream is simply I'm going to go through my predictions from beginning of the season. We're going to see how close I was on some of these things. You know? We're going to see how close I was. Some of them I was like that. There's a couple that I was pretty spot on with. And there were some that I was way, way off. Yeah. Yeah, Jacob, we should have. But you know what happened? We cut the lead to 6, and then Joe Woods decides, let's be trash. The defense couldn't get a stop. We had several opportunities to do so. We couldn't. That's on the defense, you know? Especially with how the offense was starting to get going. Classic stuff though. Classic. So, yeah, I'm gonna do it for the AFC and NFC. I actually had trouble finding it because I thought it was a stream, but then I remembered, oh yeah, it wasn't a live stream because that was where my power was out. Or I didn't have. I'm sorry, not my. Wow, thanks a lot, ESPN. Really needed that alert. Thank you very much. But I remember it was when we had no internet here for like a week, and I had to do my videos, and go to the library to post them. That was a fun time. But anyways, we're gonna get right. We should fire Matt Canada. I'm surprised you haven't done it yet. I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. I mean, if you're a Steeler fan, you're probably thinking maybe tomorrow, and then tomorrow will turn into the next day, and then that'll turn into next week, and then it'll be next month, and then before you know it, it'll be spring. It'll be spring training. It'll be training camp, and he'll still be there. Cause you know how the Steelers roll. They don't fire people. They usually just let their contracts expire. Hmm. So with that being said, let's uh let's get into the fun stuff here, shall we? All right. So we're gonna start off, as you can see right here. Oh, look, it's me. Hey, look at that. It's me. All right. So let's do this. So we hop over here. Man, look how pixelated my videos were. Holy crap. I see why people were saying. But you see, I had the Steelers at 9-8 this season. Yeah, look at that. I was right. That's right. Got it right. How about that? No, that's tough. Next. So you see, I'm yapping, 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 yapping. Okay, and then I got the Browns. I had us at 10-7. I didn't put the record in there because I still had yet to do my season prediction video. So yeah, 10-7. And then I had the Bungles finishing second. Gotta love the lovely hamster wheel. Bengals at 11-6. Look at that, an ad. Um, excuse me, YouTube. I do not need an ad. God, I freaking hate that. Just runs an ad out of nowhere. Like, excuse me, I'm trying to do something. Piece of garbage, freaking YouTube. Trying to review a video of mine, and I got a freaking ad. That's the downside of monetizing your videos. You get freaking ads. Okay, let's get back to that. Let's get back to that. All right, so I don't think I even have my audio on my desktop, so you probably couldn't even hear it anyway. But let's get back to it. Okay, so Bengals 11-6, and I had the Ravens at 13-4. I really had the Ravens at 13-4 this year. What was I on? 13-4 with Greg Roman as their DC. I mean, as their OC. I should have known. I should have known that, things like that were going to happen. And then we go over to the AFC, come on, East. I had, okay, I got to be careful with ads here. Knowing how I am with my video with ads. So Jets at 6-11, Patriots 9-8, Dolphins 11-6, and I had Bills at 14-3. Was it really off by one game on their end? No shot. I'll look through what they are now. My God, that's freaking ridiculous. And then we go to the AFC South, and Texans. I had 4-13. I actually had them winning 4 games this year. I was one game off. I mean, they had a tie, a game that they probably could have won. Jaguars. I had was it 7-10. Colts 11-6. Oh my God. Oh, see what I mean when I said I was high on the Colts, man? I thought Matt Ryan was gonna be that guy, and no, their season completely fell apart. And then I had the Titans at 12-5. Okay, and then the AFC West, probably my worst predictions of the year. I had the Chargers last at 10-7. I had the Raiders at 10-7. Chiefs at 12-5. Broncos at 13-4. Oh my God. Oh boy, that was a flop. That was a flop. That was a flop. Oh my God. And then we get all the way to the end with my predictions for the playoffs. Bills, Broncos, Ravens, Titans, Chiefs, Bengals, Dolphins. Oh my God. I apologize for that, guys. Holy crap. That was bad. Wow. Okay. I was on something. I was on something. So let's go through the actual standings and let's see how close I was. My God, what was I on? You guys should have freaking smacked me in my face with in the comments for those things. Oh my God, what was I on? I swear I was. Oh my God. But of course, to my credit, I thought Hackett was going to be good. You know, I thought they were going to be good. I thought I thought I thought Russell Wilson was going to be vintage Russ, and what we got was imitation Russ. He was not. No, no. You know, I'm not gonna screw freaking NFL.com. I'm not gonna look at that. That website takes forever to load up. I don't know what I was even on, guys. I'm surprised y'all didn't tear me apart in the comments the moment this season ended. I'm sure people will. I know they will. So now, um, do I dare look at the NFC? Do I dare look at the NFC? I know I'm going to get crucified in the comments for this one. Okay, so that's 14 minutes long. All right. Man, I did a lot of talking. I don't know why, but I was a lot of talking about the Bears in this video. for the NFC North. My goodness. Okay, so let me pull up the standings here so I can do a better, more accurate thing for that. Okay. Hackett, I thought Hackett was going to be good. You know, I thought, okay, he did well with Rodgers. Maybe he'll do well with Russ. In fact, I'm probably the reason why they freaking sucked. Nah, I'm just joking. I wasn't the reason they sucked. You don't blame me. You blame the coach. The coach was trash. So yeah, again, uh, in the AFC North, we finished 7-10. They were 9-8. I got that one exactly. 10-7 Ravens and 12-4 Bengals. So actually, let's go back to the AFC and let's see how close I was again, because I got the standings up now, so I can actually go through and look. All right, so this thing would gladly load up. Now I got ads to deal with again. Lovely. So I gotta wait for the ads to play. Luckily, it doesn't come through. And I love when I get an ad that's not skippable, and then you get a double non-skippable. Oh my god, I hate these ads. I just want to get to the damn video. I don't care about these ads. All right. So let's go back to the AFC North. Okay. So AFC North, I spent 6 minutes talking about. It's 9-8 Steelers, Browns 10-7, Bengals 11-6, Ravens 13-4. So I was, well, I could have been one game off if the Bengals had played one more game or whatever, but of course didn't happen. Ravens were 10-7. I had them at 13-4. Bruh. I got the Steelers right on the money, and I flipped the Browns. I said 10-7. They went 7-10. Just my luck. Okay, so see South. Teams the AFC East. Jets 6-11. Patriots 9-8. Dolphins 11-6. Bills 14-3. Jets 7-10. Patriots 8-9. Dolphins 9-8. Bills 13-3. If they had played that one more game and they won, I would have gotten their prediction right on the money. The Patriots were literally flipped. I had them at 9-8. They went 8-9. The Dolphins were 2 wins off, and the Jets were 1 win off. My God, I was so close on some of those. That might be the closest I've been so far. And then they get from the closest to probably one of the the worst ones. So we go AFC South, which I barely spent much time on. 4-13, 7-10, 11-6, 12-5. 3-13, so I was 1 win off with the Texans. I was way off on the Colts. I had they were 4-12. I had them at 11-6. Oh my god. Titans 7-10. I had them at 12-5. Jaguars, I had them at 7-10. They go 9-8. I was far off on some of those, so many of those, man. My God. And then probably the worst one, the AFC West. Chargers 10-7, Raiders 10-7, Chiefs 12-5, Broncos 13-4. Broncos 5-12, Raiders 6-11, Chargers 10-7. So I think I got the Chargers right. Yeah, I got the Chargers right on the money in record. I just had them in fourth place. They wound up in second. So I got one on the money. That's cool. And then the Chiefs were 14-3. I had them at 12-5. So I was close. It was close. It makes me feel good when I'm like right on the money with one of these teams. And then in terms of playoff seeding, um, you had it Bills, Broncos, Ravens, Titans as the top four. And then the Chiefs, Bengals, and Dolphins made the wild card. So if you really think about it, I only missed 2 teams in the playoffs. Obviously, the Broncos didn't make it, and the Titans didn't make it. Everyone else did. Craziest thing is, I had the Dolphins as the number 3, the 7th seed. Look where they are. The 7th seed. Ooh. Bills are number 1 seed. Ravens, I had them winning the division, though. Obviously, the Bengals won the division. I think the Bengals were actually the number 3 seed. I had the number 4 seed being the AFC South champion. I pretty much got the divisions right when it comes to seeding for the main division champs. East, West, North, South. Look at that. I got that right, I guess. You know, that's cool. In fact, I think I got the wild card divisions right too. Because it goes west, north, and south. Man, I got the order right. Just the teams are a little mixed up. Oh well. And then we go to the NFC. Oh boy. This is gonna be a mess. Alright. Sorry this is taking so long, but gotta get through them. So we start off with the NFC North. I talked forever about this damn division. My goodness. We had the Lions at 5-12, the Bears at 6-11. I was pretty close on the Bears, I guess. Vikings at 10-7, and the Packers at 13-4. Well, that went 3-14 Bears, 8-9 Packers, 9-8 Lions. Who would have ever thought the Packers would be in third place? Lions at 9-8, and the Vikings at 13-4. No way! I freaking got the the Vikings got the Packers record, and the Packers got like one off, like a couple off of, yeah. Wow, just my luck. Bears, they went 3-14. We go NFC East. I know I'm way off on these. I'm way off. Giants at 6-11. I was Commanders 8-9. Eagles 10-7. Cowboys 12-5. I got the Cowboys right, 12-5. The Commanders 8-1. If only they hadn't tied, I would have probably got it. The Giants 9-7-1, and then the Eagles 14-3. I got the Cowboys right on the money. What? They did. Of course they did. I said we would be 7-10. Yeah, you did, Warren. Yeah, you did. Good for you, buddy. I mean, you got it right. Yeah. No, let's look at the NFC South. I'm pretty sure I got the division right for the most part. And actually, my God, I was way off. Oh my God. Atlanta 4-13. So I was one of them haters. A lot of people said that. Literally the Falcons, Saints, and Panthers had the same record at 7-10. I had 4-13 in Atlanta, 9-8 Panthers, Saints 13-4. What was I on? You guys should have questioned my sanity when I said that. I had the Bucks at 12-5. What what was I on when I said these records? Sometimes I feel like I just threw out random numbers. My God. Why did I say the Saints are 13-4 with Dennis Allen as coach? I should have known better. Duh, that's on me. The other three, I mean, come on, the Bucks with Brady, Panthers. I thought they'd be all right. They had a good team heading into the season. And then Atlanta, we didn't think that Atlanta would be anything because they were practically tanking. And then we have the NFC West. Oh boy. Oh, this should be good. Seahawks 5-12, wrong. Cardinals 10-7, wrong. Niners 12-5 was one game off of their record. Rams 13-4, and they went 5-12. Cardinals 4-13, Seahawks 9-8. Yeah, I was on some major stuff. Oh my God. And then when it comes to the NFC playoffs, I had Rams, Packers, Saints, and Cowboys as the top four. Bucks, Niners, and Eagles as the wild cards. Well, I got half the teams. I got four. I got 4 out of the 7 right. Cowboys, Bucks, Niners, and Eagles all made the playoffs. Just a little off. Rams, Packers, and Saints were nowhere close. Of course, I mean, 2 of the teams had the Rams and the Saints had probably the worst records in the freaking in the conference. Packers, we saw what happened to them against the Lions, and yeah, the other 4 made it. So as you see, I was on some wacky juice during these freaking picks. Can't believe y'all really. I mean, nobody thought that this would be like this. My God, I didn't even pull it up because it's just too ugly to freaking look at. But yeah, I just read it off, guys. I mean, I can't show this card page. Not to mention, I didn't know if any ads were going to show up. Yeah. Besides, nobody really cares. But I was way off on the NFC. My God. Anyway, so now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about the Browns, shall we? So let's pull up the Browns schedule. We already know about what they did. Let's talk about stat leaders. Let's talk about stats. Who led the team in stats? Because, that's what we do. I'm going to go through the schedule and then I'm going to talk about the roster, who should stay and who should go. Overall, people ask me, Crazy Dog, in your opinion, what do you think led to Joe Woods being fired? Losing a lot. Not even just losing. That streak of losses that we had. After the Steelers win, we were 2-1, should have been 3-0, but the defense. Losing to the Falcons with Marcus Mariota, losing the Charger game in a game where they gave us the game, but we lost it because our kicker kind of botched it. Getting shredded by Bailey Zappi, and then losing to the Ravens by 3 points. If you think about this, if our defense and special teams were on point like they were at the last part of the season during that 4-game stretch, at worst, we have probably 1 loss. And that'd be to the Patriots. Every other game was within a possession. Within 3 points. We'd only have 1 loss. That would be nuts. And if that happened, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about looking for a new DC because we'd still have Joe Woods. Not sure how Stefanski saved his skin. Surprised he wasn't on the bus. Nah. I feel like they were gonna give Stefanski another year with Deshaun. No, like I've said, if this continues, if this happens again next year, he gone. You also know a lot about what's going to happen. You're going to know a lot about his future based on who they hire as DC. If they hire Flores, Schwartz, guys who have had head coach experience, Stefanski better freaking go into the lab and just cook up the best game plan ever. Now, from what I've heard on Twitter, apparently Jimmy Haslam wants to open up the offense. He wants us to, I guess, be a more spread oriented offense, throwing the ball a lot more. Not that. Take the pressure off of Nick Chubb. I mean, yeah, still run Nick Chubb, but don't be just a one dimensional running team. He wants us to throw the ball like crazy, like what Tennessee University did. He wants us to be like an air raid offense. So, should we bring in Cliff Kingsbury as an OC? Maybe. But I don't know. Who do I want for DC? Out of the 4 or 5 candidates, because I did see something about Ejiro Evero being an option for us, but we haven't formally requested an interview with him yet, so I'm not going to make a video on him yet. I gotta wait and see if we even request an interview. I don't want to jump the gun, but out of the 4 that we've requested so far, Mayo would be cool because I've heard he's like very detail oriented. I want Mayo. Mayo. Give me Gerard Mayo or Flores. One of those two. You wouldn't even mind Schwartz. But I think Mayo would be a dog with this defense that we have. Sure, we probably have to make some personnel changes because I believe he would run a 3-4. But if you watch the Patriots, and from what I've heard, they're kind of fluid. They don't really stick to a 3-4. I think he could always adjust to a 4-3 based on the personnel. I mean, besides, he is a former linebackers coach, so he would probably specialize in the front seven. But we'll see what else we cook up here. But when you look at the final stats and you see how good this offense was, so let's see who led the team in certain categories. So passing yards, it was Jacoby Brissett. He played 16 games, 236 of 369 for 2,608 yards, 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He got sacked 24 times. Sean Watson got sacked 20 times, mainly from yesterday. The offensive line just completely sold yesterday, big time. Sean went 6 games, 99 for 170. We had 100. He had 1,102 yards, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So not too bad. Amari Cooper he was 0 for 1 with an interception, of course, on that very weird looking pass that he tried. In terms of rushing yards, Chubb and Hunt had 17 games apiece. 302 attempts for Chubb, 1,525 yards, 12 touchdowns, had one fumble that he lost. Wow. And he had 69 nice first downs on the ground. Kareem Hunt, 17 games, 123 attempts, 468 yards. That's about 3.8 yards per run. His longest run was 24 yards. He had two big runs on the year. Oh, 20 plus yard rushing plays. My God, he only had two the entire season. 3 touchdowns, and he had one fumble. Jacoby Brissett, 49 attempts, 243 yards. 22 was his longest. 3 big runs, 2 touchdowns on the ground, one fumble. Deshaun had 6 games, 36 attempts, 175 yards, 2 big runs, 1 rushing touchdown. And Anthony Schwartz had that 1 rushing touchdown too. Those are the only guys that really did anything on the ground. D'Ernest Johnson had 15 games, but he only had 4 rushes, which means he was doing a lot of special teams work. So yeah, we'll see what happens with D'Ernest. I think he'll be gone next year too. Now through the air, we actually had 3 really good receivers this year. Well, 2 receivers and a tight end. Amari, 17 games, 78 receptions, 132 targets, 1,160 yards, 9 touchdowns. Very solid year out of him. He had 325 yards after catch. DPJ, 17 games, 61 receptions, 96 targets, 839 yards, 3 tutties. Not too bad out of DPJ. Could have had a better year. I think year 3 would be amazing for him, especially in a more air raid oriented offense that likes to throw the ball. David Njoku, 58 receptions in 14 games, 80 targets, 628 yards, 4 touchdowns. Definitely a big year out of him. Of course, he's not going nowhere either. So, next year's going to be even more fun out with him. And then you have Chubb, only had 1 receiving touchdown. Yeah, I mean, David Bell, not a great year out of him. Barely saw really anybody else other than those guys. Bell, Bryant, Schwartz, who got hurt. Sucks, but. Now on the defensive side, okay, let's see who led the team in sacks. Oh, gee, I wonder who. Oh, Myles Garrett with 16. 16 sacks. You want to know what sucks, guys? You look at the sacks. You're like, okay, Myles led the team in sacks. Who was second? Taven Bryan with 3. That that's how down bad we are at pass rusher right now. What is the consistent the Browns quarterback? Deshaun for the win? Definitely. Do you think Kareem will be back? No, Kareem's gone. He's a free agent. He gone. He's a goner. Even Bryan had 3 sacks. Deion Jones, who was here half the season, had 2.5. Jordan Elliott, Jadeveon Clowney, big money pass rusher. Jacob Phillips, who played only 7 games because of injury, they had 2 sacks. Isaiah Thomas, who barely played, really. Sione Takitaki, Martin Emerson, and Chase Winovich had 1. Ronnie Harrison, John Johnson III, Perion Winfrey, who should have had another sack yesterday. Damn penalty. Tommy Togiai and Greg Newsome all had half a sack. Now, in terms of interceptions, who led the way in picks? Delpit. 4 interceptions this year. Good stuff. Yep, he had 4. Denzel had 3. Deion Jones, Green, AJ Green, John Johnson, Tony Fields, all had 1. Those are the only guys who had interceptions this year. And of course, Tony Fields had a pick 6 because, yeah. So I'm not even gonna really look at forced fumbles because we barely had any. We only had a couple. John Johnson III, JOK, Myles Garrett, Deion Jones, Jordan Kunasic, Sione Takitaki, and Tony Fields and Jadeveon Clowney all had forced fumbles this year. In terms of kicked block, only 1 kicked. 1 kick was blocked the entire year from Jordan Elliott. That was against, of course, Justin Tucker. Yep, that's it. Yep. Now I know you guys will probably be like, how did the kicker do? The damn kicker. Well, Cade York, I think he had a total of 107 points, 24 field goals, 35 PATs. He had about 6.3 total points per game. Wow. That's crazy. He had 107 points. He led the team in scoring this year. A damn kicker. Our freaking kicker led the team in scoring again on some Phil Dawson type thing. And then for the first time in God knows how long, we had a kickoff return. We had a punt return touchdown this year from Donovan Peoples Jones. That was fun. That's really all I'm going to talk about there. But Cade York, 24 field goals made of 32. He was 5 of 5 from inside the 30, 9 of 12 from the 30 to 39-yard line. He was 6 of 8 from the 40 to the 49, and then from 50 plus yards, he was 4 of 7. Extra points, he was 35 of 37. One of those costed us a game. And then yeah. Now punting, I mean, Corey Bojorquez, 61 punts, 2,959 yards. So if he had one more punt of 50 plus yards, he would have had 3,000 yards of punts. 76 was his longest, about net yards of 41. No blocks, which was great. 23 were inside the 20, 7 touchbacks, 9 were fair caught, 26. What's this now? Punt returns were actually attempted for 319 yards, but an average of 12.3 yards per punt return. So that's pretty good, I mean, considering 17 games, only 26 punts were returned. It's pretty good. Yep, it's pretty good. So that's overall the stats of the team. I mean, it is what it is, right? And if you're wondering, how did the Browns do? I'm not going to go through all those stats, but Now let's talk about who should stay and who should go. So let's look up the depth chart and let's talk about who should stay and who should go. Where's Clowney at? John Johnson sucks. I hope Prefer gets shit canned too. If you were the head coach, would you recommend the offense or defense more at the annual dinner? I'd just say you both did good. Draft a kicker. Yeah, we just draft a kicker, right? Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. Doing this before the football game gets going, the national title game. Now let's go through the offense. All righty. So, yeah, here we go. Yeah, we're gonna start off with the O line. All right, so let's read off the guys on the O line, and I'm gonna tell you if they should stay or go. So, center, Ethan Posick. I think he should stick around. I think he's a free agent, but sign him to like a 2-year deal. Let him see if he can continue what he did. Froholt gone, done. Maybe stick around. Harris, he'll stick around. Teller stays. Batonio stays. Duh. Wills probably gonna stay, but he needs to be gone. James Hudson, stick around. Tyrone Wheatley, I think we signed him to what are those tender deals or whatever, exclusive rights, where like he can come back to camp next year and compete. And then we got, let's see, who else am I missing? I think I got everybody. Um, Wide receivers, Hooper obviously sticking around. DPJ, yep. Bell, yep. Woods, yep. Jalen Darden, I hope so. That'd be cool to see if we can do in a full season. He might be our returner next year. I think they might just say, "Screw you, Jakeem Grant. You go bye bye. We paid you a little bit of money. Didn't see you do a thing for us, but hey, enjoy your cash, right? Signed you to get hurt. Wow. Unless we maybe give him a chance to compete in the preseason and see what he can do, see if he still has it. I mean, that's what I'd do. I mean, just to be fair, give him a chance. See if he still has the explosiveness. But it'll be tough though, considering the injury he had. But Dalen Baldwin, yeah, Darden, Marquez Stevenson, Schwartz, he's probably gone, honestly. Harley Jr., they're all going to be fighting for spots next year. Isaiah Weston, same thing, maybe. Grant, I don't think he'll be back, honestly. I don't know. We'll see what they do. Running backs, we already know. Chubb and Hunt. No, Chubb, duh. Hunt, no. Ford, yeah. Johnson, no. I should just do like that Draymond thing. Yup. Nope. Yup. Watson. Really? Brissett. Unfortunately, he's a free agent. I would love him back, but he's probably going to go get the bag from somebody else. And Kellen Mond, he's simply a practice squad guy. I don't think they're going to keep him around. So honestly, it's really too many guys that we're going to see. That I really want gone. A lot of the guys that are probably going to be gone are like backups. Easily replaceable. Like Drew Forbes, he'll probably be back. I don't know. Now on the defensive side, oh boy, here's where things get fun. Starting up front, Garrett, yup. Thomas, yup. Kamara, well, I think he'll be back because he's on an exclusive rights deal too. Chris Odom, nope. Elliott, no. Stilly, no. Tokiai, probably not. Although you never know. Roderick Perry, he'll be back on an exclusive rights thing for training camp at least. Taven Bryan, well, he's a free agent. Winfrey, yup. Clowney, nope. Right, yup. Winovich, probably not, but most likely yes, he'll be back. Weatherly, no. Ragland, nope. Davis, nope. JOK, yup. Deion Jones, I'd love to have him back, but he's probably not coming back because they took away his other deal and his on his contract, so he'll be a free agent. Unless they want to bring him back on like a lower deal, but I don't think they will. Carter, nope. Kunasik, nope. Phillips, yes, most likely. Secondary, Ward, yup. Emerson, yup. Greedy, nope. Delpit, yup. Harrison, no. Free agent. Bolden, he's on an exclusive rights, so he'll be back. John Johnson, I mean, no. D'Anthony Bell, probably not. Newsom, yup. Green, yup. And Graham, probably, maybe. I don't know. And then special teams, you have Cade York, who will be back, maybe with a new special teams coach. Who knows? Bjorquez, I think he's a free agent. I'm not sure. No, I think he'll be back next year. Yeah. And then of course, you have everybody from the return team, and then Charlie Hugh who we extended. Speaking of that, let's take a look at our upcoming. Let's take a look at our situation. Situation. Well, Cooper did look good. Jedrick Wills, bye bye. Yeah, bye bye. DPJ and Njoku played well. Harrison seems to connect with Deshaun nicely also. Oh yeah, I mean, Harrison Bryant had a good end of the season. Not gonna hate. He had a good end of the season. Yeah, Felton and Schwartz are probably gonna be gone. Low key. Yeah. Didn't think Felton was gonna make the team out of camp, but he did. So you look at this team's contract wise, our free agent situation and stuff. If it'll show up. Okay, so here we go. Let's go to the Browns salary cap. Let's see what they got cooking up there. So I'm going to actually pull it up here and we're going to go through it together. Do we need a new long snapper? No, we extended him. He's not going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Oh, he ain't going nowhere. Okay, so let me actually move myself over here because we're going to review. Hang on. Go. In fact, let me actually do this too. Let me cut down this a little bit. Hang on, let me do this. Video. Yeah, trying to get it situated here. Turn that on. Let's actually move this ahead of that. There we go. Sorry guys, I just gotta adjust this thing to where. Okay, let's just put this right here. Put this right here. And then we can just do this. We can go. Yeah. Okay, that's better. That is much better. All right, so as you can see, we can read it. We got Deshaun Watson. Look at that cap hit. Oh, my God, that cap hit is ugly. $54 million. So, yeah, what that means is if we, for some reason, decided, hey, let's cut Deshaun Watson, $54 million cap hit. Reed Hunt is a free agent. Why waste time playing him, right? Yeah. He was probably sandbagging half the time anyway. Myles Garrett, 29 million. Cooper, 25, 23. Wyatt, 15. Chubb, 14. Batonio, Johnson, Ward, and Njoku, Conklin, Wills, Grant. Yeah. Newsom, Hag, who's an IR. Delpit, Walker, Bjorquez. Yep. Let me get rid of this ad here. I love how they just be showing all kinds of ads and stuff now. All right, but you see Walker. He's on a void year, so we'll see what they do with that. Bjorquez. Oh yeah, Anthony Walker's a free agent too, so he wouldn't even. We might bring him back though, but I don't think he'd be ready for the start of the season because of his injury. Clowney gone. Elliott gone. Hewlett gone. Schwartz gone. Phillips gone. Emerson stud. Right stud. Bryant stud. Bell. All right. Hudson good. Mond gone most likely. Togiai maybe gone. Harris sticking around. Winfrey yes. Peoples Jones yes. York yes. Fields yes. Forbes maybe. Felton no. Gone. Ford yes. Darden yes maybe. Woods yeah possibly. Thomas could be, maybe. I don't know if he'll stick around, depending on what we do in free agency. Weston, Bell, and Deaton. Bleh. Let them roster guys. Classic stuff. This is all for this year, too. Now, in terms of free agents, what do we got cooking up in the free agency department this year? So these are all the free agents that we have this offseason. Do we bring any of these guys back? Dion? Maybe. It's possible. Clowney? No. Hunt? No. Brissett? It's possible. But he's going to get the bag from somebody else. Walker? If he's healthy enough, yes. Brian? No. Hubbard? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. You know, to be honest, I wouldn't mind bringing him back at all. Greedy, no. Harrison, no. Johnson, no. Weatherly, no. Posick, yes. James, no. Brown, no, not really. Kunisic, no. Winovich, God, no. Takitaki, yes, but he's not going to be ready for the start of the season. Dunn, he's done. Odom, you done? No, I get it. He's done. He's not coming back. No. Graham, he's always in exclusive rights with AJ Green and Ben, so they're probably going to be back anyway. A lot of the RFAs are probably going to be back anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You know, like Dunn, Odom, Graham, Green, and Stilly are probably coming back because they're RFAs. I think they'll be back. But the UFAs, most of them are probably going to be gone anyway. Because we all know what the Browns love to do, and that is simply one thing. They love to sign guys to like 1-year deals as depth, and then they just go off to their next team next year. We're going to do that again. Does Joe Woods go to the USFL, XFL, or Rutgers? You're insinuating that they would want him? I don't even think he would work in the CFL. They wouldn't even work in the Arena Football League. It's likely he's going to probably have to be a position coach again to get respect around the league again, because the other coaching circles around the league saw what travesties were going on with us. No team would hire him to be their DC unless he liked playing zone coverage. This dude had freaking man corners playing zone. Are we serious? No, we're not. Not serious at all. Let's see if anything happened here. No. No, because if something happened, y'all would have been spamming me in the chat talking about, oh, hey, Browns are signing this guy, or Browns are going to hire this guy, or Browns are going to interview this dude. Well, I'm not going to go through the, actually, let's do that. Let's go through the candidates that we hired, or that we're looking at. So we have 4 candidates right now. First off, we have Brian Flores. And then after this, I'm going to wrap up the stream here, and we're going to get on with this freaking national title game. All right, so let's go through Mr. Flores' coaching history. So as a head coach, he was with Miami for 3 years. Actually, he wasn't horrible, except for his first year, where he went 5-11. But his second year, oh wow, of course I was picking the dogs. No? Is he picking the frog? He's picking the frog. Pat McAfee is like, wow. No way, he picked the frogs. Yeah, he went 11. He went 10-6 and 9-8 his last 2 years in Miami. And when you look at the team's rankings, they were kind of middle of the road as like overall. Now, in terms of like what he's done so far as a coach, he started off. He's actually with the Patriots from 2004 all the way to 2018. He started as a scouting assistant for 2 years. Then he was a pro scout for 2 years. Then he became a defensive assistant in 2011. He was the safeties coach for 4 seasons. Became the linebackers coach for 3 before being hired by Miami to be their head coach for 3 years. And then going to Pittsburgh to essentially be their linebackers coach. And he was also a senior defensive assistant. So, yeah, he's been around a little bit. He knows the AFC very well. And he knows the division, too. And he knows us because, I mean, he helped draw up a game plan to sack I sacked Deshaun Watson 7 times. I actually got him mixed up with Terrell Austin in my video. FYI. Someone's probably going to shred me about that. Hey, he's not the defensive coordinator, you stupid idiot. It's actually, you know, I mean, their linebackers are pretty good. So he would know how to utilize our linebackers, that's for sure. Now, the next guy we're going to look at is. Who is it again? I'm trying to think. Did I really forget who the second guy was that we freaking looked at? I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank. You know what? Let me do this. I'm literally drawing a blank right now. Oh my goodness. Why am I drawing a blank? No, it wasn't Evero. He's not, he hasn't been looked at yet. We have Flores. Jared Mayo. I am dumb. Oh my god. Is he even in here? I don't even think he's been a coach. Has he? He's been a linebacker coach. Yeah. Jared Mayo. I don't even think they're going to have him as a coach. They're not even going to have his stats as a coach because he's only been a linebacker coach. Yeah, they just have his game stuff. So no coaching stuff out of him. Now, other than that, those two, we have Jim Schwartz and Sean Desai. Well, Sean Desai, he's he's been a little ways. He's been coaching since 2006 with Temple, where he was a defense special teams coach until 2010. Then he went to Miami in 2011 to Miami Florida University to be their assistant director of football ops. So that's a very high up position there. Then he went to Boston College for their running back special teams coach. Then he went to Da Bears from 2013 until 2018 to be the defensive quality control coach. Then he became their safeties coach in Chicago in 2019-2020. So he was helping out the likes of Eddie Jackson and them. It's pretty cool. And then he was their defensive coordinator in 2021. I did not know that. Yeah. Didn't know he was their D coordinator. Oh, okay. All right. And then he went to Seattle to be their associate head coach on the defense. This is Sean Desai. I was thinking of Mayo for some reason. But yeah, Desai though, that's good. I didn't know he was a DC. Damn. All right. I don't know why. I was just still thinking of Mayo. And then, of course, we have probably the guy with the most on his resume, Jim Schwartz. He's been around. Do you really want to watch TCU in Georgia? Mayo sounds like a condiment brand. Don't even get me started on Colonel Mustard. Okay. Should we go after Kingsbury? Only if like AVP leaves. Unless we bring in like him to be like an assistant or something. I don't know. Oh man. Woods' career is over. It's over. It's just gonna be hard for any team to really trust him to be a coordinator again. He'll probably have to be a position coach again. That's what he was, I think, before we went and got him. So Jim Schwartz. Jimmy Schwartz was a head coach last in 2009 until 2013 with the Lions. Had one winning season there, 10-6 in 2011. He won a playoff game. I'm sorry, no, he played in it and he lost. And overall, yeah, as a coordinator and stuff, he was with Tennessee and Detroit and Philly. His teams have been pretty good and also pretty awful. So he's been all over the place when it comes to that. It's crazy to think Ohio State should be playing there right now, but it is what it is. Now, in terms of what he's done, my God, yeah, like I said, he has the most extensive history when it comes to coaching of the guys. Linebackers coach. Then he went to Minnesota the next year in 1990 to be a grad assistant. And then he went to North Carolina Central, so D2 team, secondary coach. And then he went to Colgate, not the toothpaste brand. Personnel scout for the Browns for 3 years, from 1993 to 95. Then he went to Baltimore for 3 more seasons to be their defensive assistant. Then he was hired by Tennessee for as where he would actually stay until 2008. But he had many different positions. He had defensive assistant for a year, linebackers coach for a year. Then he was their D coordinator from 2013. Got fired, went to Buffalo to be their D coordinator in 2014, and then he took the same position with the Eagles in 2016 after a year away. He was there for 5 seasons. Yeah, 5 seasons as their D coordinator. And then 2021, he went to Tennessee to be their senior defensive assistant, where he's been for the last 2 years. So he's looking at another upgrade back to D coordinator. Personally, like I've said, if I had to choose who I want Flores or Mayo. Yeah, Flores or Mayo. Hopefully Flores. Yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up with this one, guys. So again, if any more names pop up, I'll probably make a video on it at some point. Let's see, anything else? And Ben Johnson for their head coaching job. Wow. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up, guys. So hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And yeah, once season is officially over. Oh yeah. The schedule. How could I forget? Right? How could I forget our damn schedule for next year? Quickly, we're gonna go through the schedule for next year, and we'll see how things go for the Browns. So we look at 2023 schedule, which is officially set. Of course, we have the AFC South, the NFC West. We officially get Indianapolis. Oh yeah, AFC South, and 2 of those are going to be at home. And we'll see it, and then I guess we'll see about Denver. I don't know why it doesn't say, you know, in Denver. I mean, are they insinuating it could be foreign? I don't want to go to London. I don't want to see this team go to London. Mexico wouldn't be horrible, but not London or Germany. God forbid Germany. It's all we'd need. Oh well. That's gonna wrap it up for this one, guys. So I'll see you all. Well, whenever there's any Browns news, I'll be live tomorrow for the Cavs and Jazz, so that's cool. I'll be live for that. But until next Browns video or whatever, hope you guys have a great rest of your night and go Browns. And I'll see you later. I don't know what Baker's gonna play because he might still be with the Rams or he might go somewhere else because he's a free agent after this year. Don't forget. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. And I'm out. Good guys.